Robbie, I guess when looking back on yesterday's game, how would you assess what happened in yesterday's game for you?
Just not executing to my standard all in all, just not making the plays that, I need to make to contribute to us winning.
Well, why do you think that was? Would you say it was just a bad game for you? Would you say something else you feel is going on, or what would you say? What would you chalk it up to?
Just more so, just getting away from basic football fundamentals, the first one, seeing I had a lot of space and, kind of pressing instead of just, you know, catch the ball first, then run. Simple things that need to be fixed and get better this week.
All right, we'll go to Joe Person with the next question, followed by Will Palachuk.
Hey, Robbie, you've played a long time, obviously. Have you ever had a day where you were just kind of fighting it like yesterday? And what do you do to kind of make sure you don't overthink things? Matt said, not you particularly, but a lot of times athletes who have a bad stretch like that will sort of start thinking too much.
Just get back to the basics and fundamentals and let that take care of itself. And, don't overthink it and just get better and improve and, take accountability first and foremost. That's the biggest thing to improving is taking accountability.
In terms of like, have you ever had a day like that, high school, college, Jets?
Um, Maybe like a game where, things didn't go how I wanted them to go. I mean, I think that happens in different ways. It could have happened in a game where I didn't run a route a particular ways, certain ways, but this game in life is adversity comes, everything is not going to go always as planned, and there's no such thing as perfect, but that's what we strive for.
Robbie, is a day like yesterday kind of a thing where, as miscues keep happening, is that the kind of thing they can kind of pile on to one another as they keeps happening?
I mean, yeah, if you allow it to keep happening, but it's just it's a will and a want to. It's just taking control and fixing what needs to be done.
And also, I know that a lot of your concerns, game plan wise, were specific to the Eagle game. Do you feel like your concerns were alleviated or heard after the way you were targeted this past weekend?
Yeah, I think that the coaches made an emphasis on trying to get me involved more and things like that. It just didn't click how we expected it to and how we hoped to, but we're going to keep working this week and get it right.
We'll go to David Newton with the next question.
Hey, Robbie, we had Matt Rule on here earlier, and he says he feels like you guys need to get back to running the ball more, that most of the turnovers and the bad plays have happened with the passing game, and he feels like there needs to be more balance. So how do you feel about that, and what do you think is wrong with the passing game?
Oh, I think, I trust our coach, and I feel like he knows what's best for us to win. So if that's what he feels like is best for us to win, that's what we need to do. And I think our run game has been very successful the past 2 weeks.
All right, do we have any more questions for Robbie? We'll go to Darren Gant.
Yeah, Robbie, DJ was talking last night, and he said you guys were talking about the way things were going during the game, and you were pretty upset. Is that a fair indicator of where you were last night? Was it just frustration with yourself?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I hold myself to a high regard, and more importantly, a high regard for contributing and helping my teammates. And, I feel like there was a few plays early on in the game that I could have made that would have been more beneficial. But, it's something I live by. It's not always start, it's how you finish sometimes. So I feel like I kept fighting, you know what I'm saying? Came down to crunch time and, I kept my head in it and made some plays that, contributed to us having another chance in winning. But, things not always going to go in your favor and expect how you want them to. But I definitely don't not care. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely don't just, it's not cool to me. It's not funny for me not to play to my standard or my expectations. So I'm definitely going to go harder this week and get it corrected.
DJ also said there were times you guys were looking at things on the iPad and just hand position on the ball and stuff like that. Were there specific things you thought, looking back, that you could have or should have done better?
Just basic fundamentals, hands, eyes all the way through the catch, and securing the catch, then running. Simple as that.
All right, we'll go to Will Palacic, followed by Jonathan Alexander.
You kind of touched on it there a little bit, Robbie, but do you take any solace that you did end up making that catch there at the end for the touchdown to put you guys even?
You said, did I take any what?
Do you feel like you were redeemed by the fact that you caught a touchdown there at the end there?
I mean, I wouldn't really say redeemed, but if I make that one catch early, it's a 4-quarter game, and you don't really win this game based off one specific play. So I wouldn't really say redeemed or not. I kept fighting. I'm not gonna just throw in the towel.
Robby, what did you feel like when you look back on it? What did you feel like really made you successful last year, and how do you think that possibly you could take that into the rest of these games?
Just working, keeping my head down, working, and simple as that. Sticking to my process, my routine, and holding myself accountable and things like that.
We have time for a few more. Let's go to Joe Person.
Robbie, just in general with where the team is, do you feel like you guys have kind of reached a critical point in the season? I know there's a lot of games left, but having lost 3 in a row, Matt's talking about trying to find an offensive identity. How important is to kind of nip this in the bud?
I mean, it's obviously very important. We've lost 3 games, and that's obviously not our goal. So, our goal is that's behind us. We focused on New York and going 1-0 this week, and everybody doing what they need to do to us, contributing to us going 1-0.
All right, we'll finish up with Mike Solarte.
Thanks, Robbie. In your position as a wide receiver, when you have a day where you've had catches that you say you could have made, you should have made, that sort of thing, how difficult is it for you to have that short memory to move on to the next play and focus on the next one and be ready for that next opportunity? Because it seems like you made the touchdown catch late, but it looked like there were some balls that, in having covered you for a couple seasons, you make those catches and they didn't happen yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just the nature of the game. I mean, for either way you look at it, a defender gets beat, they have to have short-term memory. If you hold your head and keep thinking about it, you're not going to, what I'm saying? You got to persevere in this game. Things not going to always go in your favor. Like I said, sometimes as a receiver, it's not necessarily catching or dropping the ball. It's not running a route. But it's more obviously when you drop or catch a ball opposed to not running a route a good way or having a minute error. You strive this game to play mistake-free, but sometimes mistakes are going to happen, and that's just part of it. You got to stay mentally tough.